Hi, welcome back. This is the section 5 of the course Programming with ECMAScript 2015. And in this section, we'll be looking at some of the improvements in the standard library in JavaScript. Some of the things that we'll be taking a look in this section are as follows. First up, we'll be looking at some of the new features added in regular expressions. Then we take a look at asynchronous programming. This is a new thing in JavaScript now. Finally, we end this section by looking at what are promises for asynchronous programming. In the first video of this section, we'll be taking a look at some of the new features that have been added to the regular expression object. As part of the new features for regular expression, we'll take a look at the new flags that have been introduced. There are two flags, sticky flag and the Unicode flag. Then there are certain new methods that have been added up to the regular expression object. Namely match, replace, search, and split. So we're going to go through all of these now. First, let's understand what's the new sticky flag in RegEx object. Well, it's a flag used to specify whether a search is sticky or not. You use the character Y or the letter Y to indicate that. The RegEx property sticky will be true if Y flag is used, otherwise it's going to be returning it as false. The expression matching starts from the lastIndex property, so whatever lastIndex has been set, so the matching of the regular expression starts from there. And if you have used the sticky flag, it will not match from any later indexes. The usage of sticky flag is very simple. As you can see here, I've said let regEx is equal to, and then I have my pattern, which is like, match any string, which is foo. And then I've given the flag, which is Y, which means the searching pattern. The search has to be sticky in nature, and then it just uses the lastIndex property and then searches. Now let's try to see the usage of the sticky flag. What I'm going to do is I'll create a test string for doing the regular expression matching. So I'm going to put hash lohit hash as the test string. And then I'm going to create my regular expression like this. I will say match the string lohit, but I will put a sticky flag. And then what I'll need to do is I'll need to say regEx.lastIndex. So if you don't set the last index, it's going to be set to 0. In this case, I'm saying like, hey, you know what? The index from where you need to start searching is 1. Now, if I do console.log regEx.test of str, let's see what we get. Well, it says true. That's because I told the pattern matching to start from the first character onwards, match lohit as the string, and it says yes. Now what I can do is I can come back here and then say last index is equal to 5. I'm just setting some arbitrary number, but take a look at what happens now when I do the regular expression.test. First it says true, then it says false. So that's because, in the 5th character and onwards, it doesn't find the string lohit. But what's interesting is, since we have set the sticky flag, the last index, if I do a console.log of the regEx.lastIndex, what we will see is it would have been reset to 0. There you go. So that means it doesn't start searching from the later indexes. So this is sticky flag for you. Let's understand what is regEx Unicode flag now. Well, basically you represent Unicode flag by the letter U in the regular expression. By putting this flag, it enables various Unicode features on the regEx pattern. With the U flag, Unicode point escapes can be interpreted as such. With the U flag, the regEx.Unicode property will return true else false, meaning you can check if the pattern is based on a Unicode matching or not. The usage is pretty simple. You can create a regular expression object by making use of constructor regEx, and then you can pass in your pattern and then indicate the flag. In this case, I put U. So this is as simple as it can get in order to create the U flag. Let's look at the usage of the Unicode flag. This is a very small, simple, short demo here. So as you can see here, I have the var regEx, and then I'm creating the regular expression object, and then I've used the Unicode code point as a pattern here, and then I've said this pattern is based on a Unicode. And then what I can do is I can do a console.log of regEx.Unicode, and let's see what we get. And there you go. It says this particular regular expressions pattern is based on a Unicode. So you can use the U flag whenever you are doing a pattern matching on the Unicode, and then you can check if the pattern is a Unicode based by making use of the Unicode property. Now let's take a look at the new methods added to the RegEx object. The first up, it's a match method. Well, this retrieves the matches when matching a string. Basically, this is called internally in string.prototype.match. So basically what we're saying is the regEx.prototype@match is actually a method which is internally used during string.prototype.match. But you will be able to make use of this @match method directly on a regEx object also. So the syntax is the regular expression object, and then you can use this as one of the key properties on the regular expression, but with a symbol syntax. So you will have to say symbol.match and then pass the string. It is going to return back all the matches that are there. It's time now to take a look at the usage of the match method. What I have here is a test string str which says alpha beta charlie. Then I have my regular expression object here. What I've done is I've said match any A's. The G flag is global, meaning starting of the string till the end of the string. Then the way you do the matching is you just call the match method on the string object and then pass the regular expression. So let's see what happens now. Well, it is matching that it can find 4 A's in the alpha beta charlie. Now with the @match, I can directly use this method from the regular expression itself. So I can say console.log. So here is my regular expression, and then remember we will need to use the symbol.match, and then this is a method, so pass in my test string. So let me clear the console and then run it, and there we go. So I'm kind of liking this syntax now. I have a regular expression and then I'm passing a string onto that and saying like give me all the matches for that particular string. I hope you got the idea of this method now. Let's look at the replace method now. As the name goes, this will replace any matches of a pattern with the new string that you provide. The result is returned as a new string. This is internally called in the string.prototype.replace method. The syntax is pretty similar to what we saw for match. It's regEx and then the symbol.replace, pass the target source string and the new substring that you will need to replace it within the str. It's time to look at the usage for the replace method. What I have here is str, a test string where I've said hello world, and then my regular expression object is match the word world. So now what I can do is I can say console.log str.replace. We will pass the regular expression, and then I'm going to say replace that pattern with the keyword Lohit. So let me run this, and now you see instead of hello world I see hello Lohit. The same thing what I can do is I can say console.log regular expression, and then I can say symbol.replace, and then now I will pass the str and then I will pass the new word. So I'll say Lohit again. So let me clear the console and let me run that, and there you go. So it says hello Lohit. So as I said, this kind of syntax is kind of more appealing to me. I have a regular expression and then I want to use the which method, and then the method accepts some parameters. So this is regular expression.replace. Next, let's see what a search method will do. As the name says, the search method will search for a match in a given string with the pattern specified. It will return an integer if the match was successful. Basically, the integer will be the index of the first match in the string. This is internally called in string.prototype.search method. The syntax for the regEx search method is you can use the regEx object and then use the symbol.search and then pass the test string that it has to apply the search on. Let's look at the usage of the search method. As usual, I have a test string here, str. It is set to ABC. Then I have the regular expression object here. What I've said is I've said match any A's globally. And then I'm doing the str, that's the string.search method by passing the regular expression. Whereas you can also now take the regular expression and then says you need the symbol.search method and then pass the string on it. And then let's see what the output is. Well, as you can see, both the string.search as well as the regEx.search are returning me the 0. So this is the usage of search method. Well, let's take a look at what is a split, the regEx.split method. As the name says, this will split the strings into an array of strings. The separation of strings into substrings is based on a matching pattern that you define. And then this is internally called in string.prototype.split, but with the introduction of RegEx.prototype method split, you can now call it directly. The syntax is take the regular expression object, then just say symbol.split, pass the string. The optional limit parameter basically tells how many the substrings needs to be made when it splits the string. Let's see the regex.split method in action. I have a regular expression here where I've said match any hyphen or a dash, as we call it, in a string. The test string is 19/04/2017. That's the date when this has been recorded. And here is the result. So I have a regular expression. I'm saying symbol.split, and then I pass the str. Now I am just trying to output that result, which is nothing but an array of strings. So let's see what's the output is. Well, it split the whole string based on the dash or the hyphen, and then it has got a string with 3 substrings now, 19/04 and then 2017. Now if I pass the optional limit parameter, let's say I pass 2, so what this means is split it, but take only 2 substrings out of it and then return that substring. So let me clear the console and run it, and now you see 19 and 04, the 2017 is not returned. So this is the regex.split in action. We looked at some of the additions to regex objects. So we looked at the sticky flag Y, the Unicode flag U, and then some of the prototype methods and the regular expression object, namely match, replace, search, and then split.